Okay, hey guys, good afternoon. Again, this is our um, first, or this is our video about a lecture on how to install Windows Server 2008 R2 step by step. So this brings with couple of images so we can easily check what's going on with the installation. Now, I'd like to give you some heads up that Windows Server 2008 is no longer being supported by Microsoft. Meaning, if you have any problems with your Windows Server, you will not get support from Microsoft. So if you ask support from them, what they do is they're gonna advise you to make an upgrade of your server. So the latest version of server at the moment is I think version 2019. So they have version 2019. And again, let's see the steps on how we can install Windows Server 2008 R2. Now, before we go with the installation process, um, here comes the requirements. So the minimum requirements for uh, installation of the server itself. So for the processor, minimum of 1.4 gigahertz x64 processor, an Intel Itanium 2 processor is required for Windows Server 2008 for Itanium based systems. For the memory, at least 512 megs of RAM. Okay, and the max is 8 gig. That's the max 8 gig foundation or 32 gig standard. For the disk space, at least a minimum of 32 gig or greater. And then for the display, Super VGA 800 by 600 or higher resolution monitor, and DVD drive, keyboard, Microsoft mouse. Actually, for DVD drive, it's not that necessary because you can also install Windows Server 2008 even if you don't have DVD drive. You can actually use USB or flash drive to install the operating system. So this guide is an old school guide because it says here to okay. Now so assuming that you already have USB flash drive with operating system with Windows Server 2008, and all you have to do is to plug in your USB into your system, and then you press the power button of your computer. And you guys know how to boot to USB, right? You know how to boot to USB, guys. Have you tried?
No, sir.
Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
Now, um, some computers, when you push the power button, there is something like you have to press on the keyboard, maybe F8 or F12, and when you press that keys, it's gonna ask you whether to boot on a USB. So all you have to do is to choose your USB and then hit enter. And when you do that, um, you will see a screen like this. Windows is loading files. Okay, again, F8 or F12. It depends on what type of computer you have or the system itself. Now, once you have this, Windows is loading files. You just have to wait for it, and after this screen, you're gonna see this wizard. Okay, so there's three options to choose from. Obviously, we need to choose English. For the time and currency format, English. For the keyboard, that's gonna be US, and hit next. Okay, there's no back, so hit next. After that, you'll see the screen. um, Windows Server 2008 R2. You have two options: install now, and then there is you repair your computer. So since we are going to install Windows Server 2008, and we're not going to repair since this is a brand new installation. So obviously we wanted to click install now. After that, depending on the installer that you have, you will be presented with a bunch of options to choose from. So again, you have to choose the best option for you. Windows Server 2008 R2 standard full installation. Make sure that you choose the uh, X64, but I'm not sure if there is X32. But again, you have to choose the full installation and then click next. Let's go to step 5. So you have this. Please read the license term. Like the other operating system, Windows 7 or Windows 10, you will be presented with the licensing agreement. So all you have to do is to accept. Okay, you have to accept. Otherwise, if you don't accept the license term, then you're gonna stop from there. I mean, you cannot continue your installation. And then once you click the box, you need to click the next. Okay. And step 6, click on custom or advanced. This one, the second option. Okay. So make sure to choose the second option, which is the custom or advanced. And then let's proceed to step 7. So if you are installing the server on a regular IDE hard disk, click to select the first disk, usually disk 0, and then click next. So if you only have one physical hard drive on your computer, then you probably have only disk 0. Okay, if you see disk 0, that means you only have one physical hard drive. It says only 25 gig. Just click this one, the unallocated space, and then click next. This one next, and you'll see a screen something like this one. Copying Windows files. All you have to do is to wait until it finish, and then once done, you will be presented like this. Windows needs to restart to continue. Okay, so you have to wait, and then there is a countdown timer. It says 4 seconds. Oh, or you can also click the restart now if you can't wait for that amount of time. And then after the restart, your server again starts to copying the files from DVD to hard drive. So this is the last steps until you fully installed the server 2008. And then from here, it says once all the files are copied, it will ask you for changing the password. It will ask you even not yet log in. Okay, so you have to make sure to change your password. I suggest that when you change your password, um, put it on a paper so you won't forget it. Okay, make sure you like use a password that you always think of. Okay, I don't know, or it could be same password with your Facebook account. Okay, and it says the user password must be changed before logging on the first time, so you have to click OK and change the password and log in to access the server. So it says the user password must be changed before logging on the first time. So again, you have to click OK. Now you have successfully installed Microsoft Windows 2008 R2 server. Okay, so the installation was pretty straightforward. It's like you install Windows 7. Okay, now like I said, when you install Windows Server 2012, I mean 2008 on your computer, that is already a server, but you have to put other services and roles so that it can make itself as a domain controller. Okay, because our goal is to make a domain controller. Okay, and there's like three uh, things that you need to have so you can make your own domain controller: the ADDS, DNS, and the DHCP. Okay,